Hello world, and welcome to Elevated Intuition. Today we are going to do a pick a card reading about your crush. How does your crush view you? So this was such a fun reading. I just had a really great time with it, so I hope you do too. What a pick a card reading is you get to pick the card, the number, the object of a group here, and you use your intuition to do that. And then I have the timestamps down below in the description. You click on that, you meet me at your reading, and I use my intuition to read the cards for you. First, we're going to define your crush, who it is, because we want to make sure we're talking about the same person here, why you are attracted to them, and then how they view you, and then we get some further advice on the situation and what we should do. At any time when you have made your decision, feel free to click on those timestamps and meet me at your reading. If you're still not sure, we are going to place objects right now. So this is a very kind of modern deck, and it has very interesting artwork, very feminine artwork. And for this group, we have pink moonstone for the object. For group number 2, this is probably the closest to traditional group that I have. It is Ethereal Visions is the name of the cards, and then the object that goes with it is Blue Tiger's Eye. Let's see, are we getting those shifts there? I hope so. Blue Tiger's Eye. For group number 3, this is a very bright deck. It's almost kind of, I know it doesn't seem like that here from the black and white. Mystic Mondays, very bright, and kind of a little bit simpler. So we're going to go with a beautiful simple stone, because there's beauty and simplicity, and that is a clear quartz. And for group number 4, this is Mystical Moments. It's a surrealist type deck, and the stone that goes with it is this is red Mookite. So I got all hearts because we're channeling love today. If you're still not sure which group to go with, or, you know, just use your instincts here. But I'm going to do a breathing exercise, and you're welcome to do that with me. I'm just going to take a comfortable seat. We're going to be here in this moment. We're going to take a deep breath in, or close your eyes. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and release. Okay, we're going to set the intention that you get the messages that you need to receive, and take another deep breath in and release. Okay, now open your eyes, and wherever your eyes are drawn, that is the group for you. I so appreciate you being here with me. I would appreciate you letting me know if there's any other topics you're interested in, or what group you picked here. How it resonated, all that good stuff, and I will see you at your reading. Thank you so much. Hello group 1, welcome to your reading on how does your crush view you. So I want to make sure, well, pink moonstone, number 1. Make sure you're in the right place to begin with, but I also want to make sure we are talking about the right person, because sometimes we get to talking about crushes. Maybe it springs up one from a couple of years ago, or maybe, you know, Spirit just hears crush and thinks that it's, okay, this is the person who has a crush on you. May not be the same person. So I'm just going to pull a card for them. Oops. Just easy, easy now. I just want to pull a card for them. Card to represent your crush. And this one's like, I'm wiggling my way out. 2 of Voices. So this is somebody who has a, your crush is somebody who's conflicted right now. They have choices. They may be somebody who you are talking to and they're very wishy-washy. Do I stay or do I go now? That is what I'm hearing. Your crush might be in another relationship, and they may be representing to you that they're going to break up with that person, and it doesn't appear to be happening. It may be that they seem like they can't make up their mind between you and somebody else. With the Two of Voices, there's a lot going on in their head about choices. They're not always seeing everything. They're not always seeing the big picture. And they're just kind of responding, or maybe not even responding, because they might just be a little bit overwhelmed right now with choices. So it could also be choices with, you know, something else. If you know them well, it could be choices within a job. It could be choices within like schools, like they're looking between different universities and they're not able to make a choice. This is somebody that you know well. It could be somebody who, I mean, if they're interacting with you at your place of work or your place of business, it could be somebody who is like, oh, I don't know, tell me what you like. Kind of thing. So there's a couple different ways that this can be represented as to like how your person is and how you interact with them. And then why are you drawn to them? Why are you drawn to this person? For you, this is number 2, the High Priestess. So you just have like this feeling about them, kind of like a gut feeling. It may not be as, it might be a more like a cerebral kind of thing. It might be a more of like a, well, on paper, it seems like this is the perfect person to meet. And the reason I say that is because the High Priestess, even though, you know, she follows her intuition, she follows that gut feeling, but she's not like the most romantic person in the deck. She's very thoughtful. She thinks things out. She might have a list of like criteria of the way things go down. And the way I view crushes too is it's somebody that, you know, we haven't really explored yet. We don't really know what their inner thoughts or their inner thinking or how we would be in their lives. So you are drawn to them because it seems good on paper, or there's just this feeling about them that you're just instinctually drawn to them and you're not even exactly sure why. The High Priestess is ruled by the moon, so sometimes we act out things and you probably haven't even explored why it is that you're into this person. If they're in another relationship, that might be a kind of a red flag here of you don't really know why you're drawn to them. They're in a relationship with somebody else. They don't seem to be making up their mind about you. Okay, if that's your situation, just be careful. If you're not really sure why you're drawn to them and they're kind of wishy-washy over here, I invite you to explore that more. Like, why are you drawn to them? Why is it that you feel like this crush could be something more than a crush? All right, so let's get to how they view you. We're going to pull one of these cards. We'll go back to our tarot deck here in a moment after I get some of these cards out. How does this crush view you? And we get Nyx. Very interesting that we have Nyx coming out, because you can see in her hair there we have the phases of the moon. So it's interesting that the High Priestess is kind of how you're representing yourself in this situation, and then we get Nyx out here, who's very much connected with the moon here. So she is the embodiment of ancient strength and wisdom. She may not enjoy the limelight or hang around crowds or friends and followers, but those she does care about, she protects with a fierceness that can make the king of the gods quake in his sandals. Pull her card and you know that you have someone supporting you from the shadows. So since this is how they are viewing you, they view you kind of like supporting them from the shadows. And they might not even realize that there's this like kind of romantic connection because you haven't fully revealed it. They might just think that you're a friend that they're confiding in, or that you're a friend, kind of almost like I don't want to say like in a bad way, a shadow character, but not somebody who's really fully presented themselves. And even with this Priestess card, you can see that she is like hiding herself here behind this, and there's a lot of great potential, great magic behind the scenes here with her. I mean, the High Priestess is a very powerful card, but it's not fully revealed. We have layers here. So surface layer, they have like a very good opinion of you. They think that you're fierce, and you may have like in their interactions, and may not even remember this, but you may have defended something or someone to them or around them that they've witnessed, and they're like, wow, you know, she or he, you are a great ally, and you could be a great ally for them. I think that they would very value your opinion, you know, given the High Priestess here, even though this is your feelings about them. We're still, you know, drawing that energy in here, continuing that with Nyx. She is the goddess of the night sky, so that's why we have the phases of the moon here. And what is she from? I think she's Greek. Yeah, in the Greek pantheon. She's a daughter of chaos and one of the oldest of all the known gods and goddesses. They probably see like a very mature energy from you, and in a very good way, when we get Nyx here. And you know, it's just, I think that there's like a shroud of mystery a little bit around it, just because, you know, goddess of the night sky, and she is a very kind of dark and shadowy figure here. Let's see if there's something else that comes out on how they view you. So this one says, I want to come out, scribe. Preserving knowledge and information, and then the shadow attributes would be altering facts or plagiarizing other works, but they probably see you as a writer. And then we have king, very nice. Light attributes, enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. So it's very positive the way that they look at you. This leadership, but like there's a thoughtfulness behind it too. And I almost think that there's a mystery, especially with these two cards, and then the scribe, kind of like, you know, they're not quite always sure what's going on in your mind. Let's see what else we get here and how this person views you. We'll get two more of these cards, then we'll go back to our tarot deck. How does your crush view you? Oh, Faye. Yeah, it's continuing with the dark and mysterious here, and dog. So a companion, somebody who they could hug. I realize in the context now when I'm pulling out the dog that maybe that's not the most positive, but I'm telling you it's curiosity and chaos here with the Fae. So we get some more chaos because Nyx is a little bit of chaotic. And I don't think that the High Priestess is chaotic. This is probably how you are. She just is very mysterious. So they're probably they're looking at things through their own lens here, because I would say that the Two of Voices is a little chaotic. Voices is like those thoughts that are going on in your head, those, you know, ideas and kind of the things that we can't quite put it's the sword suit. It's kind of those things we can't quite put our finger on. I don't think that they, you know, when we have the Two of Voices, it's somebody, and you can even see here that they're going this way or they're going this way. It's somebody who's a little bit confused about the future, even though I think that you present kind of like a steady force here, or a steady companion, especially when we had the king to come out here. This like they see you as almost like a guiding light that they can go to if they, but then, you know, these chaotic elements come up a little bit, and sometimes I think that that's more from them, that they're projecting that on you. Live adventurously and try new things, seeking excitement and fun in everything that you do. Fuel your inner chaos, go wild and let loose. So I think the chaos part there is kind of like a fun chaos versus like a drama-filled chaos, although they might have some, I'm just seeing with the two voices, they might have a little bit of drama going on in their life. And then the companionship here with the dog, just, you know, that loyal and kindness is feeling very warmth here, especially with somebody that they feel like they can turn to, look up to, that you are there to help them. It might be that you are friend zoned though. I'm not like picking up too many very romantic connotations to this. It's more of like a steady companionship, somebody that they can turn to in their time of need, that you hold space for them. But do they hold space for you? You gotta question that. Like, are you just coming in whenever they need you? I mean, they appreciate you, but you know, they need to hold space for you as well. They see you as somebody that could, you know, potential shoulder to cry on, somebody that can comfort them, a friendly face, very friendliness again. Like I said, the very friendly, and you know, sorry, I'm trying to grab my thing and I'm knocking over lids and all sorts of stuff here. So, what else can you tell us how the crush sees our beautiful group number 1? How does our crush see them? 9 of emotions, and let me get one more card here. I mean, I could see this. 9 of emotions is the wish card, and we do want these emotions cards and page of materials. I'm not surprised with the page of materials when we came out with the king. So be careful, because just be careful when they're seeing you as all of these great things. Yes, we want these emotion cards. We want these cards where it says we're engaging the heart, where they're viewing you not only this whole companion thing that you're always willing to give them a hug. Are they always willing to reciprocate? Okay, because I do feel like there's this almost quality of sugar daddy, sugar mama going on here with the page of materials and with the king. Okay, so be careful there. The wish card is promising though. The way that they see you is like, but is there the, I just kind of like, why are they, what's going on? What's holding them back? What are they questioning with this 2 of voices? Because you appear to be anything and everything that they could ever want. And almost kind of going back here to this high priestess of like, you know, somebody who you check all the boxes. You're the right height, the right, you know, whatever somebody is looking for. Usually people have ideas on, you know, career, my dream person is going to have, you know, we get so even into like hair color, eye color, that kind of thing. And it's funny how like sometimes what we wish for, you can't always get what you want, but sometimes you get what you need, kind of thing. And even though I just want to know why they're so questioning things, and you'll have to fill in some blanks there because you're the one who knows this person, what's going on. I just have a lot of concern with if there's a third party situation here, because if there is, and again, those questions back of like, it's very apparent that you hold space for them, but do they hold space for you? And you deserve, given like all of these great things that are here about you. And that might be why you're holding back a little bit. You know, I was talking about that secrecy a little bit here. And that might be why you're holding back a little bit, because you're not fully sure of their commitment towards you. And I feel like they need to get this under control. They need to get that choice under control, even though I think that they very much see you as like, could be the person of their dreams. but do they have that passion behind it? Because I'm not seeing that, I'm not really seeing that passion. However, like all the way that they view you is definitely somebody who anybody would want to be in a relationship with. You know, that fierce, you know, that fierceness, protecting their friends, that confidant, that even a little bit of that mystery. So there might be a little bit of mystery because they have, it seems like they have some questions about you here that are shrouded in darkness. You might need to open yourself up a little bit more. I understand being guarded though if it's a third-party situation and you're not fully understanding why they haven't, you know, made a choice or made a commitment. Let's see if we can get, let's just get one more card here of like a further advice. Like, what should you do about this? Is there anything group 1 should do about this crush situation? And we have the 6 of Voices. Whew. Okay, you might need to give it some distance. You might need to give it some time, especially if they have hurt you. 6 of Voices. This is 6 of Swords. You know, they might just think you're so great because they can hurt you, or they don't have to pay so much attention to your emotional needs as they do other people, and you're just always there for them, right? So you might need to give it a little bit of space when we've got the 6 of Voices. You might need to step away from a little bit and see if they can make up their mind in your absence, if they feel like if they feel your absence, if they feel like you pulling away, if they feel you looking at other prospects. That's what the 6 of Voices is. It's usually it's kind of like an emotional hurt or emotional pain, because I don't feel like they are, and you probably are like, what the heck is going on here? Because you're getting that they have this really great outlook on you. You're a great person. It just might not have that spark. It just may not have that, like, and you know, as somebody who has been married for 20 years, like, this is what you want. This is somebody who you can dream with, who you can move with, who you have, you know, but sometimes in the beginning of a relationship, people just are like, I want that heat, I want that fire, I want that spark. And a lot of times that translates into drama. And I think that's kind of where they're, you're probably like the steady person over here, like, why are you drawn to the drama? Why are you drawn to the moth like a flame? You're hurting yourself and you're hurting me, and you should just choose me. And I don't think you, again, I think with the 6 of Voices coming out as like the further advice, I think it's the advice of like, when you love something, kind of set it free. And if it returns back to you, it's yours. If it never does, it was never meant to be. So that's kind of coming up here. And then also like giving this person time and space to kind of get their priorities in order. Because I almost think that, this came up in another reading a couple days ago, I think, where you are almost like, if this is a third-party situation and you're there fixing their problems for them, or you're there to be that shoulder to cry on, you're the one who's band-aiding the things so that they go back to the drama, that they're drawn to that moth to the flame. And you're like, hey, you know what, you keep getting burned, and I'm, you know, done picking up the pieces. I'll be over here if you want something adult, if you want all of your dreams, I have them over here, but you have to come to me. You have to come get them, is what I'm seeing with this relationship or this crush situation, group 1. They may not be the one. Is as much as I think that they really enjoy and appreciate you, again, they might be bringing in more drama than you actually need in your life. So, or more drama and chaos than you need. Now, if you're like, I want that, then, you know, great, good for you, perfect reading. If not, you know, take a step back. take a step back and look at your other options. Now, the Six of Voices, like, this is a great card. It's yes, there's an emotional component. It talks about having being hurt. It's going on to find something better, is what it is, though. It is seeking that thing that is better because you are realizing your worth. Even if they see your worth, but they don't, there's like that appreciation for it, but there's not that full buy-in here from your crush group 1. So again, you know, it's just a crush, so things change rapidly, and I hope they change for the best for you. What's for you is for you. Have a great day, group 1. I really appreciate you being here, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, group 2, and welcome to your reading about your crush. So how does your crush view you? This is Tigereye. This is our Ethereal Visions group, the number 2, whatever drew you here. You are in the right place. But let's make sure you're in the right place. So even though we're going to talk about how your crush views you, I'm going to pull a card for your crush first and why you're drawn to them, because sometimes Spirit hears crush and thinks it's the person we're talking about from 10 years ago or the person who has a crush on you. So we just want to, you know, get on the same page here for a second. So a card for your crush. A card for the crush that we're going to talk about today and how they view you. A card to represent them. We get the Five of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, so this is a person who kind of has a poor me kind of attitude. They might be amazing. You might see all their amazing traits, but I think that they have got a lot of like negative speak. They might have a lot of victim mentality around them. And I think that you are viewing them, I think you have like a greater view of them than they have of themselves. And I think that you're looking at them like, wow, you know, that person, they're very attractive, they're very intelligent, but they just have a propensity to kind of get down on themselves every once in a while. And I think you see that and you're like, you know what, I wish they could see themselves the way that I see them. And they might be so into their negativity of their situation that they're not seeing themselves the way that you're seeing them, and they might not be seeing you the way that you want to be seen either. So we'll see that, and let's see why you are drawn to them. I already kind of got a little bit into that. Why are you drawn to this crush group 2? Why are you drawn to them? We get the Page of Cups. Yeah, you just see a lot of opportunity here. You see a lot of room for growth, and it might even be because they're negative on themselves sometimes why you see them in such a positive light, because there might be this kind of like contrarian vibe going on with you where you're like, no, you're really smart, like you could do all of these things, and this might just be a phase for them at the moment. Life can just have a way of doing that, and I think life at the moment for a lot of people is like this. So it's just somebody who's in a negative space at the moment, and you're really seeing wow, the great opportunity for them. Page of Cups, like we're going to want to see Cups cards, I'll tell you that right now, because these are about emotions. This is, and better that they're, if they come out later anyway, and when we start asking about how they feel about you or how they see you, I mean, you really see, you like hold them higher and higher esteem than they see you. I think they have potential to be very kind and very loving. It's just they're trapped in this moment right now, and you're like, hey, you can be, you know, you're really great. You can be so much more. There's so much like, and you may have even met them in a very surprising way. Page of Cups talks about surprises, whether that's you met them in a surprising way or you think that how they are, like they could surprise themselves with their potential. So let's start talking about how this person views you. How does your crush view you? How does your crush view you? Detective, okay. And one more we get dilettante, detective and dilettante, double D's. So detective, we come out here with great powers of observation and intuition. That definitely goes back here to the Page of Cups. So I think they like the way that you see them. They like the way that you make them feel. They do kind of see that potential that you see in them as well. And they're giving you credit for seeing that and finding it, especially when they're, you know, not maybe at their best right now and they're at their best self. Desire to seek out the truth. So they see you, you know, I think that they're putting you on a pedestal a little bit, partly because of like this high vibe that you're holding for them at this time when they're in need, and partly because that's just how they see you and how you are. So I like that. They might also see you as somebody who is very intelligent, who likes to read books, who's into that kind of thing, who might even be into those mystery or spy novels, or listens to those mystery murder podcast type things. Dilettante, delights in the arts without having to be a professional, alerts you to danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. So you are somebody who invites them to have a deeper sense of self, to look deeper, to, you know, kind of be deeper. And that's appreciated from them. Now, the shadow attributes, which I'll just, we'll talk about them. I don't think that there's too much here. Voyeurism or falsifying information, shadow attributes here with the detective, shadow attributes with the dilettante, pretension, too much deeper knowledge than you actually possess. So they might, I'm not necessarily picking up that they're, you know, I think they're looking at, although they could be very pessimistic. So sometimes they might, if they're angry with you, they might call you superficial. However, I feel like your appreciation of art, your appreciation of, you know, indulging in your passions. I think you're somebody they see indulge in passions, who would try to sew, to make a dress, or try painting, or is somebody who appreciates that. I think that makes you this almost, it's certainly optimist compared to them, but almost this internal optimist. Okay, Medusa. So why is she reversed? She shouldn't be. I guess I shuffled that in reverse. Medusa. So I love Medusa, even though I think Medusa gets such a bad rap. Part of the victim mentality, I almost feel like they are projecting onto you. Medusa, oh my gosh, like that story is crazy. First of all, extremely beautiful. Who was it? Aphrodite? I think she was in Aphrodite's temple. And Aphrodite got jealous of her beauty and turned her into this monster, turned her into this Gorgon. Even then, like, she was extremely beautiful, even though she had snakes for hair. But I think there might be something gothic about you, or very, very striking, very beautiful, because even though, you know, Medusa is portrayed in this way, and sometimes very portrayed as a villain, she is very beautiful. Even in this image of her where she's got snakes on her hair. She is a symbol of protection and feminine power, and somebody who's not to be crossed. So even though there's this like optimism, I don't know if they necessarily fear you, but they definitely don't want to, like, you have boundaries, and they see that, like, and it might be that they're like trying to be like, oh, woe is me, you know, poor me, poor me, poor me, and you're like, nope. Not today, we're not listening to that. I think you're somebody who might wear that shirt like, not today, Satan, or like, and you definitely have a power that you can tap into, and they see that. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to be a female either. They're just this feminine power. Feminine power is a very quiet strength, a very confident strength, and a strength in loving others, loving people when they can't love themselves. And that's what I'm picking up here. So you don't have to be divine feminine to appreciate that or have that within you. The Medusa card, if she's pulled, she's a magical talisman that will ward off any evil coming your way. So I feel like that when she comes up and the way that they're seeing you, they do appreciate your protection. I think there's a protection that you give them, and they see you as a guardian, and they do see you as a pillar of strength when they're not always the pillar of strength, which I think is a great hallmark of a relationship. I would just, can they, get through this funk? I mean, it's just the Five of Pentacles. Everybody goes through it all the time, as long as it's not something that defines them infinitely. And because sometimes you have to be in a funk and you need somebody to just be strong for you. That's what I was going with the hallmark of a strong relationship, is that sometimes we are the pillars of strength for other people, and they can see you like that. Ooh, butterfly, very pretty. Isn't that interesting? Like, I just love pulling. That's why I do so many different decks. Because even though they're completely different cards from completely different decks, sometimes we get the kind of the same imagery. I feel like you're holding out, like you appreciate transformation. You see them when they're the caterpillar, and you definitely see their potential, and they see that you see that, and they appreciate it. They appreciate you. They appreciate how the way that you look at the world in a very magical way. And then, the crystal, that represents protection. Like, there's a lot of protective energy here. They're feeling it from you. They're feeling this protection from you. Protection, cleansing, purity. So they definitely feel that. You make them feel safe, which I think is a great, hallmark of any other person, to make somebody feel safe and loved and warmed. I just want to make sure, though, you're getting it from them, because again, crushes sometimes. It's just kind of like a fleeting thing, and we just need each other in that moment. And maybe you do need somebody who, wow, Five of Cups. Interesting. Maybe Knight of Cups. All right. A lot of Cups cards coming out here, and so they really do feel for you. They might be getting over another relationship. They might have some still attachments here to the past. When I see the Five of Cups, it's another 5 energy, another energy of, you might be healing each other through this. Again, I do feel like they see you as somebody who's very, strength, very strong. Knight of Cups is a romantic. The Knight of Cups can sometimes be a Casanova, sometimes be a love 'em and leave 'em. So that frivolity kind of comes out a little bit here. That, where I said that the shadow attribute here is like that pretension, that vapidness can come out with the Knight of Cups a little bit. And it just might be because they don't fully know you. However, Medusa's deep. Medusa's deep, because beauty is only skin deep. So I do feel like they think that you're a very attractive person. They might think that even though you express and you're giving them this cup, or you're showing, because I think the Knight of Cups is somebody who shows that attraction, who is somebody who is like, you know, gives other people their hearts. They might think that you give your heart out easily. They might feel like they're not worthy of it. Let's see, is there any final advice? Final advice for you. Holy cow. This is interesting because the six, I'm saying this because the Six of Swords, very, you know, a different reading, totally different deck, came out in the exact same position. You might need to give them some space. I think you need to give them some space to heal. The six, you know, we got 2 5s here. 6s come after 5. 6 is when you start to overcome things. You might be, you know, you just let your intentions be known. Like, hey, I think you're really great. I would like to have a relationship with you. I'd like to develop this more. But I need you to move forward with me. I need you to move into the future. We need to move past this this sadness that you're feeling. You might need to give them some space. You might need to give them some room. It seems like that they have something that they're healing. They have wounds that they're healing that they need to get through. So even though they see you in all of these great ways, and I think that there is potential here, they can't appreciate you and they can't move forward until they heal themselves. And you can't do that for them. And I think with the cards that have come out, I think that you want to. I think that you're like, well, here, you know, come to me. I will hug you. I will be here for you. I will give you all these things. I will tell you how great you are. And they need to do it themselves. So there's some soul searching that needs to happen. Now with the 5 of Cups here, you know, there's some like crying over spilled milk, but there is still some great potential. You are the one seeing the potential. You are seeing like the great days. You are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. You're the one who is seeing the beauty here, and they're fixated on the negative. And there's no way that you can talk them out of it. They have to move through it themselves, which is why we have the 6 of Swords. So even though it's very similar to the first, it's still a different message because different situation, different cards here affecting it. So that's what I have for you, group 2. Yeah, I like your crush. Very positive things about you coming out, but they've got to fix themselves. You can't fix them. No matter how hard you try, no matter how they see you as this strength. But you know, you have to have these boundaries around yourself. Like, you know, I can't hang out with you when you're just dragging me down, or I can't always speak to you about your ex, because all of the advice I'm giving you, you don't take it. Or maybe it's not an ex, maybe it's their childhood that they need to figure out, or maybe they lost a job. With the 5 of Pentacles, could be lost a job. But something is holding them back, and they need to work through it. You can't do it for them. I'm so sorry. I wish you could, because you'd be over it. You're done. You're already seeing it. You're already like, but you're so great. Why are you so upset? It's something that they have to go through themselves, but they definitely know that you care for them, and they have a great, again, like I said, they have a great opinion of you. It's, you know, something that they have to move through themselves. So that's what I have for you, group 2. Sending you lots of love. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, group 3, and welcome to your reading about what your crush thinks of you, how your crush views you. Look at how pretty that is. This crystal heart, so beautiful. Okay, so the first 2 cards we're going to get is one for your crush, because you know, we want to define them, who this crush is. Sometimes we say, you know, how does my crush view me? And Spirit pulls out information about your crush from 20 years ago, from kindergarten or something. Or they just hear crush and they're like, oh, but this person has a crush on you. So that just helps us make sure that we know who we're thinking about, the messages that, you know, you need to hear. So anyway, a card for their crush, a card for group 3 crush, and we get the Ace of Cups. So yeah, somebody who has a great potential to have a relationship with you. That's what the aces are, their potential. They seem like they're completely open to having a relationship with you. You know, all the boxes are checked for how you know, they're just giving you the feels and you're giving them the feels. We want to see cups. We want to see Ace of Cups. We want to see all the cups cards, most of them. We want to see this love coming in, because that's what cups is about. This emotion. So there's an attachment. There's an emotional attachment to you, and there's a ton of possibility. And then why are you drawn to them? And we get the 9 of Pentacles. They seem like they're just a self-made person. They seem like they're put together. They have really worked hard for what they have. Pentacles is about coins, so I don't want to say you're superficial, but the 9 of Pentacles could mean that you're like, oh, you know, this is my sugar daddy, this is my sugar mama. That might be why you were initially drawn to them. But, you know, Pentacles is more as well. They could be somebody who is very physically attractive, somebody who, and again, like that whole energy of this self-made entrepreneurial person, there's confidence there. Proud as a peacock, somebody who is very confident, somebody who has it together, somebody who knows what they're doing. So if this sounds like your situation, let's proceed to now, how do they view you? Let's pull one of these. How does this crush view our beautiful group 3s? And we get Freya. So they might, there's a lot of confidence here. They might find you very confident and attractive and very seductive as well. Just from the image itself is very, you know, that's what I'm getting. So Freya, I mean, she is an open book. She's a free thinker. She's unafraid to be herself despite the persecution she may face. She makes no secret of her love of the finer things in life, which is okay, which is probably why we have the 9 of Pentacles here. Yeah, okay, so a little bougie, that's okay. And there's then again the passion, and you know, she refuses to be shaped for who she is. Freya comes from Norse mythology, and she is the goddess of fertility, so that's why she looks so attractive here. You know, what else can we say? Warrior. So very good so far, I would say, that your person finds you attractive. They might, I mean, they see you as somebody who likes the finer things. They see you as somebody who appreciates that, and confident in your own skin. Let's get 2 of these. Oh, Pioneer. That might be relate back to why you like the entrepreneurial spirit going on here. And Teacher. Okay, okay. So Pioneer, passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. They see you as somebody who's original, who, yeah, maybe not. I'm just laughing because sometimes when I'm doing these readings, like I get images and I'm getting like the image of what's that? Oregon Trail in a wagon, Pioneer. But that's not necessarily the meaning of it. Going your own way, doing your own thing, carving your own. I think there's an independence here. I think that's why you like the 9 of Pentacles about them, that independence. And that's why you're drawn to them, and that's also in turn why your crush is drawn to you. We have a Teacher, ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, and wisdom. Let's see the shadow attributes. A compulsive need to keep moving on. So that might be a concern, that they think that you're just, that, you know, this is just a fling, or this isn't, you know, a very deep thing for them. And then the shadow attributes of the Teacher is manipulating or abusing students, teaching negative traits and destructive skills. So you take that as you see it. I'm looking at more of the positive attributes, however, with those things, but I just want to, you know, show you what that is, why it's here, what it says, all of the things. So that seems to be aligning pretty well so far for both of you. Again, you know, that Ace of Cups potential, you're probably seeing the potential. Look at all these goddesses coming out for you. Now, my cards, oh, interesting that comes over here in front of teacher. I'll talk about it in a minute, but I just wanted to, just because I'm pulling goddesses out, like, I mean, my cards are more female focused, so we're embodying the strength of attractiveness here. We're the free spirit, the seductive nature of Freya, not because she's a chick, okay? We're looking at the attributes of these goddesses. You know, you can see yourself in other people. You don't have to be a divine feminine to get this, okay? But there's definitely an attraction, a beauty or handsomeness about you that your person sees. Persephone, so if you don't remember Persephone is Greek goddess. She is the goddess of the underworld. So there might be a little bit of gothic nature here, or I'm also kind of seeing Gemini. You don't have to be a Gemini, but the idea of Gemini is we've got like multiple personalities. We bring things that are seemingly different together, that twin nature, because the Persephone, she was the goddess of spring, but she's also the queen of the underworld. She can grow some beautiful flowers, but you know, she's also all about death too, because she's married to Hades. She represents a duality of darkness and light. So, I mean, your person is really seeing you. We all have darkness and light inside of us. I'll just say that. But they're really seeing like a complex and like a full person here. You know, when we see Persephone, it talks about not forgetting to see the full picture of who we are. In this context, I think it's your person. Yes, they see a depth about you that's more than a gold digger or looking for a sugar daddy or a sugar mama. And then this foaming, I said that was interesting over on top of the teacher, because we already were talking about communication, saying things. You might say some things that they don't always appreciate. You might not have the filter here with the foaming. The mouth might move a lot. I think for you in this case, in this instance, foaming is more about being very talkative, that the mouth moving. Now, foaming can talk about some anger issues, some anger bubbling up. I think that they see you as somebody who's not afraid to express yourself. You might vent your frustrations, and they see it. They're listening to you. They hear it. Let's see some more cards about how they see you. Eight of Pentacles. I love this, because if Nine of Pentacles is why you're attracted to them, you see them as an entrepreneur, a hard worker, then the Eight of Pentacles coming out of them seeing you as a hard worker as well. I think that there's a lot of, you know, very kind of like on the same level. Ooh, Empress. Look at this, another goddess, another Empress here. So there's a lot about abundance. There's a lot about, like that, like I said, bougie. But I think that you guys appreciate the same kind of finer things in life. I think that you work hard, play hard is coming out here, because this is very hard working. And even though the Empress is just like hanging out, very attractive, very abundant, very loving, very kind, very open. But, you know, Persephone and Freya are kind of like, but don't cross me. further advice on the whole situation. Four of Wands. Ooh, enjoy it. Enjoy it. Four of Wands usually, usually it's more fun than this. Fours are a card of stability. Usually, you're probably sitting in a chair right now that has four legs, or you will at some point today, because it's stable. It has that stability. But Wands also talks about passion. It talks about joy. It talks about going to events together, usually it's two people dancing, and they almost look like they're at like a wedding ceremony. So if you've been invited by this person to a wedding, to be their +1, or you've met them at a wedding, that can indicate where the Four of Wands is coming out. Otherwise, it is just enjoy the company, enjoy them, enjoy the ride. Again, everything is just like really hitting with the Ace of Cups that comes out first. Like, there's a ton of potential here. There's a ton of like how they're seeing you. The only like negative that I could see would be if this foaming is more of a like, oh, when you get angry, you're a little scary. So just be careful of that, or be open to that. It could just be, that's how I am. And if that's what changes things, you just have to be you. But everything else is very beautiful. I think that, the pioneer thing, they might be concerned that you're somebody who is like a high achiever, and you go out and achieve new things and do new things and have new experiences, and they think that they might just be like one of those achievements, one of those conquests on that bump on the road. So you might have to address that with them. But yeah, lots of potential here, and they really see a lot of very positive things that they're viewing in you, that they're seeing in you. So that's what I have for you, group 3. I hope that you have an amazing day. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I'll see you in the next reading. Hello, group 4, and welcome to your reading about how your crush views you. This is the red Mookite, the number 4, and then this lovely deck. If whatever brought you here, you're in the right place. But talking about being in the right place, let's talk about your crush. So the first two cards I'm going to pull, one is going to be a card for your crush, because we want to define your crush. We want to make sure we're on the same page, talking about the same person that you're thinking about. Sometimes we say, hey, tell me how my crush is viewing me, and Spirit pulls out, that crush from kindergarten, or pulls out that crush that has a crush on you, and you're not necessarily thinking that. You have a crush on another person. So we're going to pull a card for your crush, lock it down, define it, make sure we're talking about the person we need to be talking about. Then we're going to talk about why you are interested in them, and then we'll talk about how they see you. So that's how it's going to go. The first card is for them. The first card is for your crush, and we come out with Strength. So your crush is somebody who is very strong, very mentally strong. They might be very physically strong. Somebody who you might look at and see as a pillar. There's a lot of ways to define strength. There's somebody who is confident. There's somebody who I would say, you look up to, and who is attractive, and just has all of those qualities. And yeah, so this is your this seems like definitely the person you're thinking about, the strong one. There might be a Leo as well here. So if it's a mystery crush, could be a Leo, because that's what Strength is. The 8th August, which would be a Leo. And then why are you attracted to this person? And we get the Knight of Wands. There's a lot of passion here. Yeah, I said physically strong. I think that there is definitely a physical appeal to this person that you're attracted to. But passion is more than that. Passion is, sorry, lost my train of thought while I'm moving cards around over here. Passion, the physical attraction, but then the emotional connection. So very beautiful start so far. I think that, you know, this seems to be kind of like a new thing. Nights are, can be kind of fleeting. They move pretty quickly. So but this seems like something you're moving towards right now. We got the who, we got the why. Now let's get down to why we're here. What do they think of you? How do they view you? Let's pull one of these cards. These are so much fun. One of my favorite decks. Okay, Sea Witch. You know, they may not have had the best first experience with you. By the way, these are witches of legend. So we're going to go with the, you know, the positive interpretations of these cards, because some of these can be kind of villainous and kind of evil. But okay, so Sea Witch. Also, just because it's a sea witch doesn't mean that, you know, if you don't identify as a divine feminine, that it doesn't apply to you. We're looking beneath the surface here. We're looking at like the cool, calm, composed here, behind this sea witch. She's cool, she's calm, she's collected. She has I would say good judgment, composed judgment. We need to look at our desires and our rationale. So even though you might inside be like on fire for this person, you seem to kind of be hiding it well with this confidence. It's kind of like this cool exterior. I think it radiates out a little bit. I think they know, but they're kind of like, I almost see this almost like looking at you like a side eye kind of thing, because you're just like super playing it cool. That keeps coming up. I think that you know yourself, and you are like a very take charge kind of person. See, I made that positive. And don't get me wrong, that we're looking at the positives of that situation, okay? Water. We want water. We want water. We want fire. We want that passion. We want that emotion. We want that emotion coming in. But you seem like you're somebody who is in control or in charge of your emotions, even if, like I said, you're burning inside here with the Knight of Wands. So like the Knight of Wands, like that could be the drawback of that card, is somebody who is like so passionate that they're like over the top or out of control, but that's not how you're appearing to them at all. So you're keeping it cool, you're keeping it under control. And whoa, maybe not always under control, because we also get Destroyer. I wonder, how did you guys meet? Because it may be under interesting circumstances. We get Sea Witch and Destroyer. So the light attributes is that releasing what is potentially destructive and preparing for a new life. They might see you as somebody who can go through change like pretty easily, that it doesn't seem like it phases you, that you come out like on top. I know this is like a volcano here. They may have seen you. This is kind of funny. I don't think they see it in a very negative kind of way, but and only some of you are probably going to get this. If you've seen that, it's been a minute. What was that show? His name is Jace, the Commander guys, the Duck Commander guys, the Duck Dynasty guys, okay, where Jace is saying like, hot woman's hot. So like he just appreciated, like his wife would go on like these little rants, usually because of him. But and that might be why you find your person attractive, is like sometimes you just get there's this fiery feistiness around you. Like I said, you're cool, calm, and collected, because I think most of the time you have that, I don't want to say hidden, but you have that underneath, and then yeah, I spoke too soon a little bit over here, because, and then it comes out, but it comes out in like a productive way, not like, and I think your person kind of finds it amusing that it comes out, that is the way you kind of deal with things. The shadow attributes here is intoxication with destructive power, destroying others' dreams or potential. So if you find yourself in the comment section of videos being a troll, that would be the destroyer nature here. But I think that there's definitely some comical nature here of the way that you want to be seen, but then like things bubble up to the surface, and then you can just be like a little feisty. And then we have guide, represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. The shadow attributes would be places, financial gain, and control over imparting spiritual insight. That's interesting. I think it's more of the positive, though, is that I think you have like these divine insights, and I think that you have like a potential to go on a rant about something because you see things a little bit deeper than other people see them. You have like this very emotional component and this fiery nature about you, which is why we have the Sea Witch and the Knight of Wands coming out, like that emotions and the fiery nature. And your person sees it. I think they find it amusing. I think they find it fun. I think that they, you know, because you see them as the pillar of strength and they're not fazed by it. Let's see what else comes out. Interesting, think. Yeah, so like that depth, I think the words that you say are very, they're very thoughtful. See the mind here in the mouth. So it's like, it's not, I mean, when you speak, I think you say things and from a different perspective than the normal person. And that might be why you get feisty or fired up sometimes about things. Lavender is a symbol of serenity and calmness. So it's so interesting that you have this like, this almost like back and forth, this fieriness and then like this divine, and then this fieriness and then this like control, and then this nature where you're, you know, not afraid to speak truth. You're not afraid to be to speak with your mind, to speak very intelligently. And then we've got this calmness and serenity of lavender. You take a break and relax, meditate. You might be somebody who likes to meditate, because that kind of comes up with the guide as well, that representative of the divine. So like there's that kind of connection to the divine, whether you can consider yourself spiritual or religious. Your person sees you as having a connection there to that. Being able to say things or word things in a way that that almost seems like it's inspired from the divine, that comes out of nowhere. And I think that there, even in your feistiness, there's something about you that brings them peace. It might be because they're able to, you know, with the strength card, like they're able to handle a lot. And that's okay. And I'm getting also, gosh, it was a viral video where this woman's like, Sean, it's over. And he's like, I got you. Like, and he's like, what do you want to eat? And she's like, what? I just told you it was over. He's like, I got you. And then she's like, yeah, that's my order. And he's like, okay. And then like everything was good, you know, because so there's this little, like a little bit of, you know, this little something that you keep it spicy and you keep it interesting for them. But they're just like, okay, well, whatever. That's the way that it is. And by the way, in this strength card, the person who is strong is this girl here who's petting this lion. So you're the lion, you're the wild card a little bit, and you got it together. You got it together. like 90% of the time, but then like that passion like comes up. Almost getting like that Gloria from Modern Family, that kind of like that Gloria and Jay kind of relationship where he's just like, yeah, whatever, you know, whatever. But she's got that like fiery passion kind of thing going on. We have the Chariot, and we've got the Hierophant. It's interesting, the Hierophant comes out over here next to the Guide, because the owls. So wisdom, knowledge, you're somebody who, again, that's coming back to this intelligence, speaking intelligence. You're somebody who can get it together though. The Chariot, you're not out of control. You might bring a little spice, a little drama, but it's not out of control. You pull it together, and that's what the Chariot is. The Chariot is also about movement. So this relationship has potential. There's movement here. There's potential in that. And the wisdom of the Hierophant, both of, this is a major arcana card, and these are two major arcana cards. So the way that they see you is they see this relationship could go someplace. They see you as having things together, even though you might think that you get a little spicy sometimes. That's okay. They can be your rock. I think they're amused by it. I think they enjoy it because there's this overall sense of wisdom. And that, they appreciate your passion, they appreciate your feelings about things, and they appreciate the way that you speak about it with wisdom. And you might be somebody who they see as imparting wisdom on other people, not just them, with the Hierophant. The Hierophant is usually, it's like the Pope card. In this one, it's the owl reading the book to the little girl, imparting wisdom to the little girl. It can talk about traditions, so there's something here where they think you're traditional, and that you follow, I don't want to say you follow like all the rules, but you follow the ones that make sense. Maybe you find traditions important. And final advice for the whole situation. Ooh, 10 of Cups. So this is a big go for it, a big green light, as it were. So the 10 of Cups cards are great in relationship readings. It brings in those emotions. See, look, the Sea Witch. The Sea Witch. This is starting to make sense. This 10 of Cups is tens are about the future. Tens are about a legacy. This loving family, and they have their little fishes, their little school of fish that is following with them. So I love to see couples together when we're in these types of readings. And then look at this rainbow. So very bright future here, lots of potential, and I'm very happy for you. Don't get mad at me. No, I'm kidding. I would love it if you were in my comment section. So appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next reading.